Hello everyone, welcome to Cherie Voyage. Today we're going to be going over some new products by YSL as well as the new Natasha Denona Retro Palette and a Givenchy lipstick to go with it. All right, let's head into the swatches and then we will do an application, a mini review, and most importantly, I wanted to let you guys know that I will be doing a giveaway of the Natasha Denona Retro Palette and a Givenchy lipstick. If you guys are interested, comment down below. And the best way to also enter is to go to my Instagram at Cherie Voyage. Let's get started. I'm going to start off with the new YSL Skincare Makeup Hybrid Glow Balm. And then on the other side, I'm going to do the RMS Re-Evolve Radiance Locking Primer. This has gotten so many good reviews online as well as on YouTube. So I was very excited and curious to try this. Now it states it's a 24-hour priming moisturizer. The main components are shea butter and glycerin, and it has something called rosette, which helps to create illuminating finish across the face. No parabens, no minerals, no silicone. All right, let's try this beauty out. Ooh, quite a bit. Too much. Oh well. Got a little too excited. Feels nice and light. Really fresh scent. I actually moved away from some of the YSL products because I found that they were too fragrant and just had too many chemicals. And I feel like the new generation of skincare and makeup is definitely headed towards a more natural ingredient list and less is more. And I love that because we don't need all that junk in our products. So happy that the brands are listening to consumers and wanting to do better when it comes not only to their ingredient list, but I was reading online that the tube is made of 40% post-consumer recycled material. As you guys see, I'm kind of blending it into the skin and then I work up. I like to do this with my products like my moisturizer and my primers to kind of give myself a face massage and do some lifting and depuffing as I move the product into the skin. It's kind of like a added benefit to applying your products. All right, feels good. Feels light. I definitely feel the hydration. I feel the glycerin. I'm hoping that it kind of softly moves into the skin. Doesn't feel heavy though, doesn't feel sticky. Next, we have the RMS Re-Evolve Radiance Locking Primer. This is a clean product, refillable. It's meant for all skin types, specifically for dryness, dullness, and pores, and it leaves a radiant finish. The 3 main highlighted ingredients in this product is Titanal, derived from biotechnology research to visibly firm, tone, and smooth the skin, hyaluronic acid, which is the ultimate hydrator, and vegetable squalene, which balances oil production while tightening the look of skin. This is like my product. Tighten, firm, love it, love it. For those of you in your 40s and up, I'm sure you will love this product. So this is gel textured. It's meant to hydrate the skin for 24 hours. It also states that it is meant to kind of grip your skincare and anything you put on your face, so that while you're getting a radiant finish, it's supposed to kind of really like grab and lock in product. We shall see. This feels really, really nice on the skin. I can already feel the difference between the Glow and Balm by YSL. This is lighter in texture, so for those of you that don't want to feel anything too heavy, or for those of you with younger type of skin, I feel like you're going to like this a little bit more than this. Or for those of you who like more hydration, you'll like, I feel like this a bit better. I can definitely feel that it is more hydrating. It feels a little richer. The scent is kind of similar actually, really light and clean. I can't really see too much of a difference at this point, but I can feel the difference. Now, something kind of interesting is I put the RMS on this side of my hand, and it almost feels like a lotion. It's just a really light jelly texture, but it definitely softened the back of my hand. See how there's like a very subtle glow, but nothing like shimmery. So for those of you that have an aversion towards, you know, kind of high shimmer and glitter type of primers, I have a feeling you'll love this. I think RMS does some of the best formulations when it comes to those of you who are 40 and up, who don't like shimmers but want still some glow to the skin. Definitely check out their line. They have a lot of really great products, you guys, and they're clean and green, so something to think about. All right, let's head into the base now. This is the Bare Look Tint. I got it in the shade 5. This is a tinted moisturizer with hyaluronic acid. Light to medium coverage, buildable, radiant finish. It has, once again, not only the shea butter and glycerin, but mallow extract. So they consider this a makeup moisturizer hybrid. So it's something meant to be, you know, light, similar to like the Laura Mercier Tinted Moisturizer, which most of us all know and love. It's a water cream texture for 24-hour hydration. What's nice about these type of formulas is that those of you who aren't makeup like lovers, or for those of you who don't like the feel of makeup, or for those of you that don't like the look of makeup, or for those of you who like a minimal type of makeup application, tinted moisturizers are amazing for that, because what they do is they hydrate the skin and create a slightly dewy finish, and they just kind of even everything out. And what I mean by that is it kind of neutralizes discoloration, but not over the top. So it's great for under the eyes, it's great for around the nose, always basically the center of the face where like the oval shape is right here, where we carry most of our expressions, and we have a lot of coloring, whether that be red around the nose and purple and kind of blue tones, even green tones. Kind of softens everything. All right, this is blending in better than I thought. When I put it on the back of my hand, the color looked a bit too dark, but it's looking nice. You don't have to use the same formula when it comes to your primer to your moisturizer. Your primer, you can pick anyone that you'd like. They say that obviously they're going to go better together if they're within the same kind of brand. I find that not to be necessarily true, but you know, you do what works best for you. This feels good, but it feels like it has a texture that I don't care for, which is dimethicone. Just am not a fan. I find it settles on texture and pores, but I'm gonna take a look at the ingredient list here. Yes, it does have dimethicone. All right, I'm not somebody who hates dimethicone. I'm just not somebody who loves dimethicone. Dimethicone serves a purpose. It's great at retaining moisture, kind of locks and seals moisture into the skin. I just don't like the feel of it. And I have found over my career that most of the time it does some settling. Now, I'm always open to continue to try and see if they've, you know, kind of modernized formulations, but so far I'm not crazy about like the feel of it. It feels good. Like dimethicone's supposed to feel like nice and slippery and slick, but I just don't like the finish. It is the 4th ingredient on the list. The second is glycerin, so I could be feeling that as well. I feel like towards the end of the video, I'll be able to see how it's settling into the skin. Here comes the fun part, the color. So, Natasha Denona Retro Palette. We're gonna get into this a bit because the original, which I will be pulling up for you guys, that came in the 5 colors for $25, was by far my favorite mini palette she came out with, and I was very excited to see what the retro palette was going to look like. And this to me didn't really mimic the retro palette very well. I could see some similarities in the hues between the mini and this, but to me it was a bit of a missed opportunity. But I'm going to look at this through just brand new eyes and let this palette just be what it is as far as the color story. That said, let's take a look at the difference between the two. And before I get into that part, I do want to mention to you guys that I'm doing a giveaway of this palette. I bought 2 of them, so I have a whole palette that I'm going to give away to you guys, as well as a new Givenchy lipstick to go with it. The best way to go ahead and enter for a chance to win is to go to my Instagram account, which is @TrueVoyage, and I have all the rules and regulations in one of my pictures on my Instagram account. All right, so here's the mini retro palette. As you can see, it's got a lot of soft kind of peach flesh tones and this kind of gray with a touch of green in there and this kind of silver color. So it was really kind of a cool color palette with a little pop of warmth here and there. And this has much more of the purple tones and the red tones. So if you look at this, I see a few colors that are somewhat similar, but this is much more rose and red and pink than these kind of lighter, cooler colors. Now here's the Glam Palette. The Glam Palette has more of these types of colors. I feel like if she would have mixed a bit more of the retro and glam palette together, it would have been more similar to the mini retro palette. Now, I am not here to put anyone down. That's just not my channel, not my style. I have heard a lot of comments saying that this palette was a very popular palette, sold really well, and so they feel a little bit like she took that and repackaged it, the name anyways, and made this palette. Now, I don't know about all that. All I can say is I don't feel like they're quite similar, but I'm going to enjoy playing with this palette anyways. I love Natasha Denona's eyeshadows, so yeah, let's just have some fun with it. All right, we have 15 shades in mostly burgundy and mauve tones. And I'm trying to think of what I'm going to create with this palette. It is a beautiful palette. And for those of you that have green eyes, this is like your palette, because purple and like kind of burnt umber and deep like rich brown are like redwood type of colors, look stunning on you, brings green out. But most people look good in browns and burgundies. It just does a lot for the eyes. So it's a good color story. So I'm gonna go in with my SONIA G Worker 2 brush. Start with this color Andy. I'm just tracing out that shape here. I'm going right on the bridge here, or what they call the brow bone. I always like to start off really light, and then I can always build up color. It's easier to add than to take away. As you can see, I'm kind of going right under that brow bone and just bringing it down, creating a slight arc. I'm going to go in now with the same brush using Nude Mauve. I'm going to lightly work down right here, creating a blocked eye shape, emphasizing the side of my nose. I'm emphasizing the shape here and here. I'm going a bit on top of that first color, which was Andy. I'm going on top with the Nude Mauve. I'm going to go down just a bit into that socket here with the nude mauve. I'm gonna go ahead now and grab Vivian with my MAC brush. This is the 217. I'm just going to pat that on that lower lid. And take a touch of Vienna and Mod and bring it right to the center of that brow bone. I'm going to go in with Helio with my finger. I'm going to tap that right in the center. From there, I'm going to grab Jude. I'm going to put it right in the center. I'm going to go ahead and grab Glitz. And we will layer again, even more tightly in the center. We're basically kind of pulling that look inward, so it's kind of targeting color to the center of the lid every time we put one of these shimmer colors on. So by the point you get to Glitz, it should be just almost like a line in the center, right above the pupil. I'm going to go in to Rebellion. I'm going to place that right on the outer edge here. I'm grabbing a touch of Grove. Go right on top of that Rebellion color that I just laid down. From there, I'm going to grab Amara. And I'm going to go now from the inner corner of the eye, meet it to the center. Next, I'm going to grab my Kevyn Aucoin small eyeshadow eyebrow brush. I'm going to grab Psychedelic. Stick that right in that inner corner here. I'm going to take that same Psychedelic color and add just a touch of it right to the center. I'm just doing one little spot here. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and do the other eye, and then we'll put a lip on. Both eyes are done. Really pretty palette. Did something much more neutral, but I do want to do one more look. Let me know if you guys would be interested. I'm thinking about doing one where I wet my brush. I know how many of you out there love that. I do too. It feels very painterly, and I love to paint. So next look I will do, if you're interested, is one where they are wet. All right, let's get into some cheeks and put this Givenchy lipstick on. I'm gonna use my Westman Atelier Peau de Rose, taking a Sonia G Sculpt 4 brush and putting it on dry. Since there's a slight pink in here, I use it as a blush highlighter hybrid type of look on the cheeks. I'm really focusing on the outer edge here, placing it up through the temple, and then buffing out the color with small flicks of my wrist. I don't want to go too big because I don't want it to get bright and pink everywhere. Staying very specific on that cheekbone. Since this is pink with a bit of that silver shimmer to it, I want it to kind of bring together the eyeshadow look and harmonize. Okay. Just a little down on my nose here. Whatever's left on the brush, don't want too much. Feel free to take a little on your finger and pop some on that brow bone. Just grab a little more light there. Less is more. I am putting very, very, very little bit on here. In fact, most of your products should last a long time. They should last anywhere from 6 months to a year. I find if you're going through products really fast, you're just using a little too much. Going on my Cupid's bow with whatever's left on my brusher. Right, let's put on some lips. So we have the Givenchy Le Rouge Sheer Velvet number 37 Rouge Grain lipstick. Love this. The velvet is such a nice touch on these lipsticks. I love the studs down here that you can pull the lipstick case off. So this is a sheer matte lipstick for buildable soft focused finish. It's hydrating as well as long wearing. It is medium coverage and it is a refillable lipstick bullet. Goodness, this is lovely. Texture, color, feel. It has a really like light texture. It's hugging my lips, but most importantly, it doesn't feel like it's gonna dry them out. It does state that they're hydrating, and that's what I feel, even though they're leaving a matte velvet finish across my lips. As we get older, our lips start to move inward and lines start to get deeper around the edges. So these type of formulations are usually a no-go for me, but this is working and I think it's so pretty. The color and the texture is just lovely. For those of you who love a matte lipstick but don't like the feel, this might be perfect because it's in between like a truly matte lipstick and a cream lipstick. That velvet soft matte texture with the hydration has a nice like medium range type of feel to it where you don't feel too dry and it doesn't feel too creamy. And for those of you that are looking for this kind of finish and are trying to find something hydrating as well, this is it, definitely. All right, everyone, if you have any questions or suggestions, you know what to do. Always here for you. Just comment down below. And if you like what you're seeing and you want to support Cherie Voyage or any content creator for that matter that is entertaining you, educating you, and that you're getting some information from, definitely don't forget to subscribe. Hit the like button. Leave us a comment. As always, thank you so much for watching. Continue to take care of yourselves. Continue to take care of each other. And I will see you guys in the next video. Take care, everyone. Bye.